What is up? I'm Luke, and I wanted to share yoga for creatives and mystics and queers today for you to get into your body and get out of your head and to burn through all the distraction and the noise. There's so much in yoga. It's captivated me for 20 years, and it's been a really big part of my spiritual and creative path. And the two are so intertwined because David Bowie said that all artists are in relationship with, or they're seeking to explore their relationship to the universe. And so as we do our creative work and we're pulling from like wherever we're pulling from, it requires for the vessel to be constantly purified. And I don't mean that in a like you have to be this one type of way pure, but I mean like releasing the impurities of other people's opinions, of your opinions of yourself, of the shoulds, of the coulds, of the woulds, and to really breathe into, and you can start to breathe deeply and sigh, to really start to breathe into what is actually here now. So let's go ahead and get started. I'd like to actually start off standing. So if you got some blankets, you can put them to the side and take a very wide stance. Hips, hands on your hips, and your toes are pointing forward. And then just a little bit back and forth, bend and sit. And you can like angle the toes a little bit if that helps you. So your toes can kind of turn a little bit up and out. And maybe there is a gesture of the arms. Ha. And so I'm starting to turn one foot out, turn the toes forward. Kind of doing like a warrior two shape. So I'm moving the toes in and the heel in, going side to side. Can you do this in a way that feels like you? And maybe there's some exploration with the arms. Maybe the arms go in a way that feels kind of funky or interesting to you. And then I'd like you to bring it towards center. Walk the feet in. Just do mountain pose and feel stillness. Lift the heart. The eyes are on the horizon. Lift, spread your toes, and then set down your feet very wide. Feel the imprint of your feet on the ground. Wide arms all the way up. Bend your knees, hands towards your heart. Hop or step wide. And then turn your heel in, your toes out, and bend warrior two. And turn your toes forward. Other toes and legs spin out. Warrior two. This time, as you come towards the other side, so your left leg can be turned out, do warrior two with a very deep crease of your left hip and trying to get the thigh bone towards 90 degrees. Elongate and energize the back leg. And then notice the back fingers. Are they alive? Are the front fingers alive? Can there be a presence in every part of your body without rigidity? And lift the arms up. Take the front leg long. Triangle pose. Reach out with your left arm. Come somewhere down your left leg. You can slide down the left shin. Keep rising up with the right arm. Looking to the side. How do you breathe now in this pose? What has changed since the last shape? What is firing now? Where is their energy? Where is their color? Where is their sensation? Root through the back heel, rise up. Reach up, turn the toes in, turn the right leg out. Warrior two. And then I'm going very deep through the right thigh bone. I'm externally rotating the right thigh bone. My right buttocks is kind of pointing down, so I'm not like sticking my butt out. And Gotta make sure this camera stays working. Reach the arms up, reach the front leg long. Externally rotate the thigh bone again. So you're kind of spinning from the inside to the outside, and then you're coming into triangle pose. Can you elongate the front leg almost like the knee is going to be absorbed back into the back of the kneecap? Press into the big toe mound of the right foot if you can. Whole foot of the back foot is pressing into the mat. And then press into the feet as you rise up. Turn on the toes. Bend your knees, hopper step yourself together. Take a breath. What do you see? What do you hear? Let there be a fluidity now to the joints, to your awareness. I'm really interested in this quality of precision and attention and alignment in yoga. And then I also like this feeling of like, it's already here. And like, what if we were to discover something that was already here and was already within us? So I want us to do some fluid movements from side to side, and it's going to be heel down, toes up, side to side. So it's a little bit of a turtle spinning in the waves energy, like Tai Chi. You're knocking your shoulder and your low back. And you're starting to twist. Turn to kind of look over one shoulder. As you slap your shoulder, you look over the shoulder. And you're really putting weight into that standing heel. You're distributing the weight. You're finding how to do this gracefully. How to do this in a way that feels really good to you. Like, I'm going really wide with my arms now. Maybe you like pop your back as you do it, or like, I don't know, maybe it's like lower or like slower. And then you're going to turn that into Warrior Two, left toes turning out. And you're going to turn that into extended side angle with your left hand to the inside of the foot, or you could have your elbow to your knee, right hand to your hip for a second, press into the back foot, turn the belly, turn the ribs up, and then reach the top arm up. Reach the palm towards the ground as you stretch the right arm over your ear. Get very long and almost feel like a helium balloon is inflating you from the inside, like everything is glowing and expanding. And then triangle pose, let the right arm take you straight up with your fingers pressing to the standing toes. Can you turn the underside of your ribs more up towards the lift of the hand? Making you soften the eyes. What is firing here? What is your sensation? Root down to rise up. Bend the front knee into Warrior Two. And then turn the toes. And just a little bit of that side to side swaying. Swing your shoulder and hit your low back as you go back and forth. So just kind of side to side movement. Exploring heel down, toes up. And then letting that take you into some more weird side to side movements. Things that just, parts that want to, like joints that want to move. Maybe it gets a little weird. And then Warrior Two with the right leg. Right toes turned out, right knee bent. How does stillness feel after the fluid movement? The inner lines of the arms are reaching. The buttocks are moving towards the ground energetically, so the tailbone is a little pointed down. So don't overarch the low back too much. And then extended side angle with the right hand to the inside of the right foot, left hand to the hip. Turn the belly, turn the ribs to the side, reach up, reach long. In the breath. Deep right hip opener, strong back leg, creating these lines and angles, extending energy, organizing energy, triangle pose. Front leg long. Root through the feet to rise up. Turn the toes in. Hop or step yourself together. So how's that feeling? So you could stop there. If you want to move on, you can take your legs long. Okay, so grab yourself a belt. You're going to have one rope in each hand, one side of the rope, and breathe, and floss through the shoulders, externally rotating the upper arm bones so the shoulders stay sliding down the back. And there's, reach out into the belt. Cool. And then come to belt armpit to armpit size. Put your forearms inside the belt, press out into the belt, and absorb the arms into the shoulder socket. Absorb and back. So reach and absorb. So creating this dynamic of plugging the arms into the shoulders, reach up. Stretch out into the belt, reach up and up and up as you keep that sense of plugging the arms into the shoulders. So this is Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog arms, handstand arms. And if you don't have the belt, I didn't say this before, but you could use a bandana or a t-shirt or something and just hold it, just stretch it between your hands and go up. Cool. Awesome. Let's do downward facing dog. Hands down, tuck the toes under. Do the feet and hands a little wide for this. Press into the hands, elongate through the sides. Head is down, look between your shins. If you're slipping, grab the edges of your mat. Breathe. Knees are down, hips are to heels, child's pose. So I'm taking my time here. Maybe you can lose track of time. Cool. Wow. That was delicious. Thank you so much for being part of this moment. I'm going to stack 2 blankets, and they're going to be folded halfway. So they're kind of these little butt-size perches. And I'm going to have my butt on, but my thigh bones hanging off. So I'm not so much on the blanket that my legs can't drop. And then let's take your left foot in first. Bend at the knee, and then support yourself back. You can even have the hand on the blanket behind you. Everything is feeling so good today. I'm kind of spacing out, but I'm trying to keep a pace. Left elbow in. So I'm trying to kind of keep this moving forward, but it's really slowing me down. And it's interesting to think about how the physical sensation of the body can start to even out my energy and take me more into this felt kind of rhythm that's more oceanic. And so notice your breath. And then as we hang out in this pose and we let go of that needing to get forward, just feel the lift and the turn that happens. So you're turning back towards your back arm. Can you roll your right shoulder blade behind you as you lift the right chest a little bit? You're turning. And you can even reach back to the outer left edge of the blankets. So you're kind of exposing the whole right side of your trunk. And then press the left elbow out into the inner thigh as you turn and turn. Even look behind yourself. And then come up towards center, reach up, look up. Whew. Switch the legs. How's that going? Right arm is up, left arm is behind you. Come to the inside of the leg. Be with lifting on the inhale and turning behind yourself as you exhale. Seeing what changes. Can you even go to the outer edge of the blankets, like you're taking your left hand to the outer right edge of the blanket, so it's kind of like crossed behind you, and then you can sort of pull yourself around to look over your left shoulder. Great. And then come on towards center. Take your leg long, give it a shake. Soles of the feet together, knees wide, Baddha Konasana. And if your knees are very high, sit up on more lift, more padding. I should have more, but I don't have any more around, so I'll give this one more fold for myself. But you set up however you want. Might be enough for you to have your fingertips behind you and to just stay upright, letting the inner groins soften. What are you gripping? Can you soften the jaw? Is there anything obstructing your breath? Are there any thoughts obstructing your breath? Are there any clouds in your inner consciousness? Breathe in a way that clears the clouds, that has a simplicity, that has a precision. And then if it's available to you, you can walk your fingertips forward and do a little forward fold. But if your hips are tight, just stay upright and just hang the inner groins softly opening. Cool. Coming on up, draw the knees together, draw the legs long, give them a shake. And then walk your hands out any amount, down your legs, forward fold. Maybe you can touch the feet. And you can be lifted here. Flex the knees so that the skin of the knees is taut. So you get the whole leg muscles activated so that they're fully in extension when they stretch. Taking a few more rounds of breath here. What happens when we slow down the pace? Come on up. Let's set up for a little relaxation. I do want to show you one delicious thing with the belt. And this is prime, maybe my favorite thing these days, just because it's so needed for our hamstrings. So I have my belt right by the arch of my foot towards the back of the heel. So kind of top of the heel, bottom of the arch. And I'm holding it in two hands, but my arms are still plugging into my shoulders. So I'm not too far up that my arms get too extended. There's a sense of my chest is lifted. There's an easiness in the way I'm gripping the belt. And then I'm stretching behind the backs of the knees. So I'm sort of opening up the hamstring. I'm really coming into like full flexion of the legs. Everything's firing, but I'm not trying to get beyond 90 degrees. And then the bottom leg is really weighted down. You can press the back of the bottom leg down into the ground. And this is just one of those ones that like every day I have to do it again. It's amazing that I have to do it again. But it's a joy because it makes me feel like, hey, my body's alive, I'm doing stuff, I'm tight, I'm opening up. You're gonna turn the toes 15 degrees out towards external rotation, so towards like 3 o'clock energy. And then you're going to go wide, keeping an external rotation of the right leg. You're going to go wide out to the side. Don't come so far that you lose the left buttock on the ground. So both sides of the pelvis are down. And then you rise yourself up. Take your left foot up into the strap. Have the arch in the belt. Bottom leg is touching down on the ground. You're holding both sides of the belt. And then breathing in a way that welcomes sensation. Letting sensation bring you here. And then take the belt into the left hand, turn the toes out towards what would be like 9 o'clock on a clock, maybe 10. So you're externally rotating the left leg. You're going to go wide with the left leg. And keep your right buttock towards the ground. And breathe. What makes this yoga as opposed to stretching is your inner awareness of the doer who's doing this, the witnessing of sensation. Come on up on an inhale. So there's this integrating, bend the knee, take the belt to the side. There's an integrating of the inner awareness with the physical body. Hug the knees into the chest. Take a twist to your left side, keeping both shoulders on the ground. Having love for the self, the body. Letting the breaths be self-love. Come towards center. Take the knees over to the right. And come on up. And then for relaxation, want to have you do rolled up blanket. So you can have the fringe on one side. You're going to put that underneath your shoulders. So chest is on. Chest is, armpits are sort of just over that T. And then you're here. I'm trying to get my shoulder blades kind of flat and tucked onto that roll. Landing and breathing here. Couple more breaths in the silence. Noticing the energy that's moving inside you. Has the energy spread out? Has it gotten all over? Have you touched every point? Do you feel more integrated? The jaw is soft, the teeth are slightly open. And with your palms open, I want you just to feel like you don't have to do so much, that life is going to happen through you and to you. And you're going to know exactly the right moves to make as you take your time and you check in. And so slowing down to do yoga in this way really teaches us to live from embodiment and from intuition, where we're aligned with what we want to do, with how we feel, with our energy levels, our capacity. And I'd like you to feel like your hands are just catching stardust. And that you're filling up on subtle vibration through your nose, through the breath. Bend your knees in, come on over to your side. Slowly press yourself up. And I'd like us to finish sitting on a blanket or two. You can fold that. You have 2 blankets, fold them. Thank you for taking the time. You made it. You made it to the end. Feel how you feel to sit now. What has changed? Can you let this be a moment of building yourself up with love, with compassion, with light, with energy? That you're here, you exist, you are real, you are a thing. And being in relationship to yourself where there's a sense of love and curiosity and joy in your art, your explorations. And may your body become this tool in your art making that guides your perception, your sensations, your gut yes and your gut no. And may it not hold on and be sullied by all the stuff that builds up. So I hope this practice was a nice refresh and that it gave you some ideas about how you can use movement and yoga in your kind of self-care, and that it's maybe bringing some of the joy and the benefits of yoga into your understanding. I definitely got a little high doing this practice, I'm not gonna lie. It's like that for me sometimes. It's like a very, I don't know, something else takes over, and I let it be like jazz. I don't really plan too hard for the sequences or the classes. I just kind of follow the sensation and what I think would feel good next. But going into that state of mind definitely can make me a little woo-woo. So thank you for going on that journey with me. Hope to see you soon. Check out my website if you haven't already. It's LukeSimonMystic.com, where I share resources for artists, queers, creatives, things about my path, also things about my writing and music and art practices. Really happy to be connected. Hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. Bye.